Before we dive into today's episode, Carla and I need to pause and speak from the heart. Our Texas Hill Country family, we see you. We hear you. We can't even begin to imagine the pain and loss of many of you are feeling after the devastating floods.
Some of you have lost homes, memories, even loved ones, and we know words can't fix that. But what we can do is remind you that you are not alone. You're grieving, we're grieving with you, praying for you, and standing beside you, even if it's from miles away.
To every volunteer pulling people from the water, to every first responder working around the clock, to every neighbor opening their doors, thank you. You are the heartbeat, and the hope is here right now because of you, our fellow Texans.
We'll share some resources at the end of this episode because right now it's okay to need help. It's okay to feel broken. Just know you are worthy, and we will get through this together.
Hey there, welcome to the Mental Perk Podcast. I'm Carla Hutcherson, licensed professional counselor.
And I'm Brandi Mock, entrepreneur, author, and community leader. And we're here to talk about real people, real issues, and real talk. All right, let's dive into this conversation.
Yeah, so as you can tell, we are diehard Texans. We are true and true, born and raised here. And this just impacts anybody who understands the camaraderie of Texans. You know, it really, it breaks your heart to see the things that happened. And we just want to draw attention to that. We want to focus on the mental health needs of the people who are healing, grieving, adjusting, adapting to a new way of life that many of them didn't choose.
No, I can't even, it's like they say, 6 degrees of separation. Someone knew someone that was impacted and devastated by this tragic event. And these are times like that. I've got cold chills. These are times like this whenever we see why Texas is so Texas, because we love each other, we support each other. When things go chaotic, we're stepping up to the plate and we're doing what we need to do to make sure we take care of our own. And, I can honestly say the naysayers out there, which I've not heard a lot of.
Well, I will talk. There's been a lot of political talk around this, trying to get a political stand on a tragedy.
There's no
This is not politics.
No,
and anyone who's doing that,
shame on you.
We need you to stop doing that because this is not political.
It's
not about
hurting.
Yeah.
There are people hurting. They're trying to still recover their loved ones.
Yeah. Right now, there's still like 90-something people missing, and some of those are small children.
Yeah.
And I've seen so much stuff on social media that, it's I don't understand how any human being.
Disgusting.
I don't understand how human beings could say such things.
Well,
so this is not about politics or the failures that happen. We'll get there. We'll learn from those things so that it doesn't happen again. Natural disasters have been happening for thousands and thousands of years. This was a natural disaster that no one could have predicted.
Absolutely. Today's episode is sponsored by Hudson Financial Group. At Hudson Financial Group, their goal is to make sure your life is fully covered. Do you truly understand your current insurance coverages? Are you protected for the things you need and not paying for the things you don't? Come by and let them help maximize and understand your coverage. With access to multiple carriers, they'll find the best protection at your best price for you. Whether it's home, auto, farm, and ranch commercial coverages, bonds, life insurance, or financial planning, Hudson Financial Group is your one-stop shop for insurance and retirement needs. Stop by today. Before we dive into today's episode, Carla and I need to pause and speak from the heart. Our Texas Hill Country family, we see you. We hear you. We can't even begin to imagine the pain and loss of many of you are feeling after the devastating floods.
Some of you have lost homes, memories, even loved ones, and we know words can't fix that. But what we can do is remind you that you are not alone. You're grieving, we're grieving with you, praying for you, and standing beside you, even if it's from miles away.
To every volunteer pulling people from the water, to every first responder working around the clock, to every neighbor opening their doors, thank you. You are the heartbeat, and the hope is here right now because of you, our fellow Texans.
We'll share some resources at the end of this episode because right now it's okay to need help. It's okay to feel broken. Just know you are worthy, and we will get through this together.
Hey there, welcome to the Mental Perk Podcast. I'm Karla Hutcherson, licensed professional counselor.
And I'm Brandi Mock, entrepreneur, author, and community leader. And we're here to talk about real people, real issues, and real talk. All right, let's dive into this conversation.
Yeah, so as you can tell, we are diehard Texans. We are true and true, born and raised here. And this just impacts anybody who understands the camaraderie of Texans. You know, it really, it breaks your heart to see the things that happened. And we just want to draw attention to that. We want to focus on the mental health needs of the people who are healing, grieving, adjusting, adapting to a new way of life that many of them didn't choose.
No, I can't even, you know, it's like they say, 6 degrees of separation. Someone knew someone that was impacted and devastated by this tragic event. And these are times like that. I've got cold chills. These are times like this whenever we see why Texas is so Texas, because we love each other, we support each other. When things go chaotic, we're stepping up to the plate and we're doing what we need to do to make sure we take care of our own. And, you know, I can honestly say the naysayers out there, which I've not heard a lot of.
Well, I will talk. There's been a lot of political talk around this, trying to get a political stand on a tragedy.
There's no
This
political.
is not politics. And anyone who's doing that,
shame on you.
We need you to stop doing that because this is not political.
It's
not about
hurting.
Yeah.
There are people hurting. They're trying to still recover their loved ones.
Yeah. Right now, there's still like 90-something people missing, and some of those are small children.
Yeah.
And I've seen so much stuff on social media that, I mean, it's I don't understand how any human being.
Disgusting.
I don't understand how human beings could say such things.
Well,
so this is not about politics or the failures that happen. We'll get there. We'll learn from those things so that it doesn't happen again. Natural disasters have been happening for thousands and thousands of years. This was a natural disaster that no one could have predicted.
Absolutely. And again, this is the time right now to come together and love on each other, support each other. And, you know, you're seeing a lot of people jump in right now. This is going to be years and years of recovery, years and years of healing, trying to figure out how are we going to do a new beginning without our loved ones?
And it's also that, like, you can't explain something like this. You can't say it was because of this, this, and this, or why did this happen? You can't explain it. So those losses, it makes it even harder because you're like, why did it have to happen?
Yeah.
You know,
the trauma of seeing one of your loved ones ripped out of your hands, or, I mean, it bothered me thinking you send your babies off to camp
to get their
to get it out, let them have fun,
be a
amongst their
kid,
friends, and learn new things and
get closer to Jesus.
Yeah, and waking up to something completely devastating and not having your mom and daddy there to take care of you. I can't imagine
those small children.
The
I
fear.
mean, the fear.
I can't imagine the fear of the parents.
You go into the story. There was so many just stories of heroism that I've seen on the internet. And one of them was one of the camp counselors. I want to say she might have been 19 years old. She's a camp counselor. She's in charge of 16 precious babies. you know, so she had some junior counselors with her, but 16 little girls in her camp. I think they were like around 8 or 9 years old. But she stayed awake as that storm came in, and she stayed awake because she was just like, I'm in charge of these kids. Yeah. And so as it started to rise into their cabin, reacted quickly, ran outside, created a plan. The junior counselors were handing her baby by baby through the doors, the windows. And she was running each child to a picnic table to get them to a higher ground. This is a 19-year-old girl, right? And so she's like, okay, we got to get to higher ground. Gets everybody out. They're counting them. And they counted to 16 every time. The water started to run on the picnic tables. She takes them up to a rock. They climbed a rock one by one, getting those babies up there. And in the end, when they were rescued, all 16 were there. that is incredible. The amount of thought,
Selflessness. Yeah.
selflessness. I mean, she just was a quick thinker. And at 19 years old to have that maturity and have to be put in that situation.
Yeah, because what was going through her head, what if I don't make it? What if I don't see my mom or dad again? I think about the chaos, and I think about the calm in the storm of seeing all these people step up and nurture and love each other. And it just brings back the heart of Texas to
Oh,
me.
yeah, 100%.
It brings back,
The courage, the heart, the strength. I mean, you think about the guy who ran it, or I guess the guy who ran it, jumping in to save
Yeah.
those little children and ended up losing his life. But I guarantee you that thought never crossed his
it
mind.
didn't. And from what I've heard about him, he was just that selfless person regardless. I mean, he lived it, he walked it, he talked it.
Yeah, we're gonna be uncovering all the mental health aspects of this tragedy for so many years, and for some, it's gonna take a long time that they'll never fully recover. They'll find a new way to exist and a new way of life where they can continue on, but they'll never be the same again. And so those things we're just uncovering, and it's just going to be in the beginning. And I'm hoping that therapists are out there and prepared to step in where, as things kind of die down and it's already out of the news. I mean, as we're heading, this is week 3, I guess, and now it's out of the news as much, that we're not forgetting that.
Oh, gosh.
That we don't stop thinking about what these people need.
No, this is a lifelong journey of changes. Mom and dad's lost their babies. Siblings lost their siblings. Aunts and uncles lost their nieces and nephews. It goes on and on. And
it is the amount of
animals.
loss.
It's not just it's the loss of your fur babies, and it's not just that, Carla. It's also too. I tell you what's been pulling at my heartstrings, and I love my Texans for this. The stuffed animals that they are finding.
I know.
And the gentleman that's making these custom caskets, that's the heart of Texas right there.
That is the
These
heart
are
of
people
Texas.
stepping up to be able to give any comfort they can.
Yeah. I mean, when you're a Texan, you're going to be a Texan for it doesn't matter where you move.
Yeah.
You're always going to be a Texan. And I don't want to discount places from anywhere in the United States. There are people coming from all over who may not have a connection to Texas, but they just have a heart to heal and to help. Yeah. And so we wouldn't be getting through the mess that they're getting through down there or finding these people if it wasn't for people just stepping up and stepping in. I think you can talk about the same thing, back when 9/11 happened. People just help each other, and it brings out the best of us. The worst situations can bring out the best of us, and that challenge has been there for a long time. And I feel like people rise to the occasion. 100% feel they rise to occasion. This is a story about resilience. How do we get through that? We just can't forget, just because it's not on it's not the headline of today. We cannot forget to continue to be there for the people suffering through this, especially as 90 families are still waiting to hear, to know that their loved ones were found. I mean, we know that they're not with us anymore, but just having that closure.
Yeah.
To know that you found them and that you brought them home.
Well, and the devastation, people don't realize there are buildings that have been buried 25 feet below the surface. So this may be a long journey, and how are these people going to deal with their loved ones never being found? It's very possible.
A lot of people on 9/11 had to deal with that.
And so how would you walk them through that, Carla?
I mean, we know that at this point, the hope is gone that they're going to be found alive.
Right.
I mean, that part, I think that people can understand.
Sure.
That they may not have the remains of that person, but they know that they're not still with us. And I think that is the part we got to start with, is just the acceptance of that loss. And whether you have those remains or not, you're still able to go through that grieving process. It's not going to hold you back from grieving.
Right.
It's not like if your child was abducted, you're like wondering whether they're alive
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah.
This is a different story because they know there's the finality of that is true. And so I think that part helps. And then to have the support of the other families that are going through the similar thing,
Yeah.
that they're not in this alone, they're not isolated.
You know, I got a lot of peace, and I think a lot of the families that send their kids off to these camps know that their loved ones at rest. It's peace. And I have peace knowing that. But I just think about, it's not just the people that lost, it's all these recovery workers.
Yeah, especially, we don't really think about the impact of what they're finding.
No.
Right?
No.
And many of them are going to be impacted for years to come. Right now, they're going through the adrenaline of continuing that
Yeah,
work.
they're not processing it.
They're not processing it. And that's the way first responders do.
And a lot of people that have not lost their loved ones yet have not processed it.
Correct.
Right.
Right now, it's just like we have to find these
Yeah.
people. We have a mission. They're
Yeah.
on a mission.
They are on a mission.
And when they get back to their own homes, when they actually get a full night's sleep and they actually start to process what's going on, we're talking there's going to be need a lot of additional mental health care for that situation.
And so if you hear this and you're out there and you're listening and you're either a volunteer or a survivor, please make sure that you're getting that mental health care that you need.
Yeah. Don't say I'm okay. Don't
not
say
okay.
that I can handle this. It's going to come back and hit you in so many ways. It can affect your relationships. It can affect your job. It can affect just how you function on a daily basis. It's not a sign of weakness to ask for help.
Oh my gosh, no.
It's 100% a sign of being proactive in your own care and realizing you getting the help that you need will help those around you.
Yeah.
It will set the example for others. And so it's super important.
And to all the people that are dealing with the guilt of maybe feeling like you should have done more or you could have done more, that's a normal feeling.
Going back to the need to find fault, I have to kind of examine.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. How can you predict a fault? There's no way of predicting this.
It's not
This is Mother
about
Nature.
government cuts. It's not
No,
about.
gosh,
But
no.
do we need to improve systems? Yes.
course.
Do we need to find ways to alert people quicker? Absolutely.
Sure.
All of those things are important, but it's not so much about we need to find blame and fault here. That's not going to bring anybody.
It's not the time or the day, and
it's
it
not
should
going to
never
bring
be the
healing.
time or the day.
No, but can we learn from this 100%?
Absolutely.
And so it needs to be more about how do we move forward? How do we support individuals? How do we make improvements so that we're not gonna beat Mother Nature. It's gonna happen,
No.
right? And it's been happening. I mean, you go back and there's been floods for hundreds of thousands of years.
All kinds of natural disasters.
Yeah. And so we're not going to beat Mother Nature, but what do we do just to be able to find ways to improve our response to
Right.
it? And so there's never a time when we're at perfection. There's always room for improvement.
Sure.
And so any system is never at perfection. It's like we're trying to improve things and we're making those improvements. So we can't expect perfection.
No, we can't. And I think it's really important. I can't reiterate how important it is just to love these people.
Yeah.
Love and support them. And don't judge them. And sometimes just being a listener.
And I think there's events right now all over Texas and in the United States where people are raising funds, raising awareness, all of those things. I know we're going to be attending one next weekend. Here in Dallas. I don't know, Brandi, did you have that information, or we'll just put it in the comments?
Yeah, I'll put it in the comments. It's at the Barley House over by SMU. It's going to be a cover band that's going to be talking about raising money, singing, just like an 80s cover band, and we're raising money to support the devastation that's gone on there. At the Barley House over by SMU, It's going to be a benefit concert to
not only help
raise money.
families, but also just to help rebuild in that
Yes,
area.
yes.
And if any of you have ever been to the Hill Country, it is such a gorgeous,
pretty.
it's so gorgeous.
pretty.
All of us who grew up here, we've all ridden the inner tubes down the Guadalupe.
Yep,
We've
we
all
sure have.
eaten at the grist mill right there
Yep.
on the Guadalupe
Yep,
in
we
Green,
have.
Texas.
Yep.
I mean, this is just such a beautiful area. There's a reason that the Mystic Camp has been there for generations and
sure.
generations and
For sure.
generations. It has had such a huge impact on communities, families, churches. It's an amazing place. And, the sad part is that will it make it through this? I hope so. I hope so in a way that
will.
it can continue to bring out positivity
Absolutely. I
and
think it
transform
will.
lives. So, rebuilding is so huge. I think that's part of the healing process
To
is to
restore.
restore
Yeah.
and rebuild. I think that's super important. And we really want to focus on, bringing that to light. Again, we're going to make improvements. We're going to change systems, but we also need to restore and
Yeah, we do.
rebuild. There was another viral video that I saw this week that, oh my gosh, it will send chills up your spine. There's this 11, she looks probably about 11 or 12. A little girl rewrote the words to Alleluia. Did you see
I
that?
had that on my
No.
phone.
Oh, I heard there was a giant flood, but we were washed in Jesus' blood, and you don't really care for my news, do ya? On July the 4th, 2025, the water rose and we went adrift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Our faith was strong, you showed us love like only God from up above. Your prayers and hugs and love overwhelmed us. We cried, we prayed, we did our share. You clothed us, fed us, brushed our hair, and from our lips we drew the hallelujah. You say the water overcame, but I will never forget their names. No blame, no fault, so really what's it to ya? We are a part of Mystic Hurt. We spread His light, His love, His word, the holy and the broken. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. We did our best, we left a mark, a light that shines within the dark. I told His truth, I didn't have to fool ya. And even though it wasn't long, we stand before the Lord of songs with nothing on our tongues but hallelujah.
The strength in her voice and the resolution that she had to
The Hallelujah song, yeah.
the Hallelujah song. And she just had strength and resolution, like resilience to
Yes.
get through what she went through and what she saw her friends go through and the losses that she experienced. And she was still praising with whole heart.
Here she is trying to process things, and this is part of
know.
probably how she's processing.
But you hear all this negativity of all these different sides and different things and people making all these assumptions. And then you see the purity in her heart and you're like, that's what it's about.
That's survival right
That's
there.
survival. The pureness of her heart and the openness to move on and forgive and just, be able to find strength through all of that. It's just amazing.
Yeah, so we want all of our fellow Texans to know that we love you, we hear you, we see you, we are praying for you, we're bathing for prayer and healing and restoration. Know that you're not alone in your journey. Know that we are right here with you. I know that this is going to be a long journey for you, and know that you're not ever going to be alone in this journey. I know maybe some of you feel like you're alone. You're not. You've got so many people praying for you, sending good vibes, people that are volunteering up there. We want you to know that we love you, and
We're proud of
please,
you.
We are proud of
We
you
are
for being
so
so
proud of
strong.
you.
But we want you to make sure that you're getting that mental help you need.
Please reach out to your therapist. If you don't have a therapist, please reach out to us, and I'll help
Yes.
get you connected.
Yes.
We want to make sure that you guys are taken care of. We do trainings for first responders. We understand the impacts of being on the scene. So we want all of the workers out there and the volunteers, please reach out to us. We want to walk you through this process. We want to make sure that you're taken care of, that you're getting the tools and skills that you need to work through what you're seeing and experiencing every day, as well as the families that are brokenhearted right now. Please reach out if you need help getting connected, because we will be more than happy to do that. Most of all, we want you guys to know, as always, you're worthy. We're in this together. If you or anyone you know is struggling with mental health issues, please reach out to talk to someone you trust. Get connected to a mental health professional who can help you find ways to cope and ultimately feel better. If you are having suicidal or self-harm thoughts or thoughts of hurting another person, please go to the nearest ER, call 911, or contact the National Suicide Hotline at 988. Thank you for tuning in to Mental Perk. We hope our talk today highlighted real people working through real issues based on mental health. Our goal at Mental Perk is to make sure every one of you knows you're worthy. We're in this together.